I thought I knew him. My husband Liam was the kind of man who was always in control. At least that's what I convinced myself. We built our life together from the ground up, carving out success with our company, our home, and our perfect little world. He was everything I wanted, ambitious, charming, and powerful. He had that magnetic aura that made people gravitate toward him. But to me, he was always my steady rock, my protector. What I didn't know was that the price of that power came at a cost that I would only discover when it was far too late. It started innocently. Enough he was working late at the office. As usual, always buried in his phone, his mind constantly racing. But when he came home one night with a strange look in his eyes, something felt off. I brushed it aside, convincing myself it was just the stress of the job. But then it happened again, and again. Liam had always been an open book, honest to a fault, but now there was a part of him that felt closed off, guarded. I noticed little things, the way his phone would be face down, when he wasn't around, the secretive glances when I asked about his day, and the way his conversations with certain people always seemed to happen in hushed tones. It wasn't until I found the text message that I couldn't ignore anymore. It was late one evening when I opened his phone. A message from someone named Ava popped up, and it wasn't just friendly banter. It was flirty, even intimate. I stared at the words, my heart pounding in my chest as I read the exchange. Ava, I can't stop thinking about you. When can I see you again? Liam, soon. But it has to be secret. Okay. The knot in my stomach tightened as I scrolled further. What was this? I had never heard of Anva. Who was she? And why was Liam keeping her a secret? I confronted him that night, my voice shaking. He tried to play it off, but I saw the truth in his eyes. He was hiding something after a long, painful silence. He admitted. Ava wasn't just a colleague. She was someone from his past, someone he'd crossed paths with long before we met, but the story he told me felt incomplete, like there was something bigger he wasn't saying. I needed answers. The next few days were filled with tension, but I couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to this than just an affair. I started digging deeper, following Liam's movements, checking his emails and his texts. It was a dangerous game, one that felt like it could break everything, but I had to know the truth. That's when I found a contract hidden in the back of his files, sealed, and signed. Was a document that shook me to my core. It was an agreement for insider trading, a deal he had made with AA. But it wasn't just a one-time thing. It was a lucrative scheme that could ruin everything we had built together. Our company, our reputation, our lives. And then it hit me. Liam wasn't just cheating on me with Ava. He was involved in something much more dangerous. Something I had never suspected. Ava wasn't just a lover. She was part of a web of corruption, a dangerous game that he had been playing, and I had no idea how deep it went. I confronted him again, my voice shaking with anger and betrayal. But what he said next left me speechless. You don't understand, Emma. I did this for us, for you. I needed the power. I needed the control to protect everything we've worked for. I could believe it. He had made these decisions without telling me, without even considering the consequences for us. He had chosen this path, all for the promise of more power, more success. But at what cost? The worst part was, I didn't know how much of this was his doing, and how much of it was Ava. Pulling the strings, she had an agenda of her own, and I had no idea what lengths she was willing to go to. But I wasn't going to stand by and let him drag me down with him. If I had learned anything from this, it was that loyalty didn't mean blind trust. I had to make a choice. I could walk away and expose everything, or I could bury it all to protect my marriage, my life. As I stood there staring at Liam, the weight of the decision bearing down on me, I realized something. Even more chilling, I wasn't the only one keeping secrets. In that moment, Liam's phone buzzed again. A text from Ava, the deal's in motion. Are you ready for the next step? That was the breaking point. Everything had been a lie. I was no longer sure who I could trust. I didn't know if I should confront AA, expose the scheme, or leave Liam altogether. But I knew one thing. The world I thought I knew was about to unravel, and there was no turning back. Read it. What do I do now? Can I save my marriage? Or is it too late to escape this dangerous web of lies and betrayal?